sitting on a disk, floating through space, with a tiny sun.
Hey, I'm Fight the Flat Earth, and welcome back to the channel that does to stupidity what Batman does to all the criminals of Gotham. Because let's face it, if you run someone over with a tank-type Batmobile and leave them in the cold, they're not just unconscious, they're fucking dead, okay? So, tonight we have a, well, it's not really a Flat Earth debate. Hip Hop Hippie wanted to talk to me about the moon landings. So that should be interesting. And moderating me tonight is, well, me and Hippie tonight is Jared from AT2 Productions. How you doing, sir?
Doing all right. This is. I'm actually intrigued by this one.
Yeah, should be fun. He says he's got evidence that is new. I mean, if there's any evidence at all, it will be the first time that anyone's brought some evidence for something for this. So why don't we just get on with it? Jared, over to you. Run the show.
No, that sounds good. So, as you all know, I am Jared from AT2 Productions. I'm here to keep both of these wonderful combatants in line and on target for the actual discussion at hand, which all of you here already know Craig and the work that he has. And with us tonight, with said evidence that the moon landings are not what we are told, we have Hip Hop Hippie.
Yo, what's up? It's Hip Hop Hippie. A Mad Mardigan killing trolls. So trolls, go hide under your bridges. Just wanted to say hi to my beautiful fiance Darlene. She's in the chat. Love her so much. Also, I would like to say hi to my friends and family and fellow flat earthers out there, and globe earthers. And can I say a quote real quick?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Oh, cool. I'd like to quote Craig, Fight the Flat Earth.
Great guy. Should listen to him.
Yeah, well, he said in one of our debates, quote, "We see flat because we're supposed to." And that's it.
I mean, I mean, that is a quote I said, and it does definitely sound like something that I say, and makes perfect sense, because let's face it, if you're on a sphere looking in 360 degrees, you're supposed to see a flat horizon. But anyway, this isn't about the Earth being flat or not. It's not. It's about, I suppose, the Apollo programs and NASA fakery in general. So prove to me that it's not real.
Yeah, let's see what you have there, Hippie.
All right. Thanks, guys. So I'm going to send you a video of the Apollo. I'm not sure. I think it's a compilation of videos, all wrapped into one.
Okie dokie.
All right, I'm sending it over right now. And this is, I don't know. Let's see what you guys think.
Okay.
But I think the moon landings are really important to Flat Earth, because there's not one Flat Earther that doesn't think the moon landings were fake. And
Wrong.
That's a huge fundamental disagreement that we have with globe earthers. So
I know at least two really flat earthers that think that we did land on the moon. In fact, I had confirmation from Anthony Riley in one of our debates. He said, the moon landings, I'll give you that. And also, Addy B thinks that we did land on the moon. Right, let's get this video up. Web browser. Okay.
It's pretty much just implying that astronauts are on strings or harnesses, something that makes it appear that they're in 1/6 Earth's gravity.
Right. Okay,
or 1/6 moon gravity.
Sorry, one sec. My computer froze for that. But so I need to change that to the new YouTube. Sorry, I'm being slow today. I'm usually quicker at this. Okay, and we need sound, I assume. Right, let's play it again. I'm just going to turn the sound off so I don't get copyrighted.
That was actually the wrong video that I sent you, but it still shows that there's a string or like a wire that the light is reflecting off of.
No.
Can't see it above him. They even zoom in on it.
It doesn't look like a wire at all. It just looks like artifacts on the video, like most of these things tend to look like, to be honest. If there was a wire, then it certainly wouldn't be going up at a... I see the bit that you mean. Let's have a look at it. Right, yeah, that flash there, right? Is that what you're on about? You see...
Yeah, above his head.
Yeah, right. Okay, so if there was going to be a wire holding him, then it wouldn't be at what is probably a 45-degree angle off to the left. It would be straight above him, supporting him. Otherwise, he wouldn't be leaning towards it like that. He would have to be leaning away to kind of get the effect of weightlessness. So, no, if there's a wire at 45-degree angle at that, it's not going to make him bend in the ways that he's bending. So that's not a wire. No, sorry.
Fair enough. I just sent you another video.
Sorry, Jared?
Well, as you're pulling up that other video, Craig, I do have a question along the lines of this. Short of visually watching this first video here, what analysis did you do to rule out any other possibilities of what could be causing that sort of apparition on the camera?
Were you talking to me? Sorry.
Yes. I mean, this is your evidence. It's a question of what analysis did you do, or what was your process to rule out any of the other possible explanations for it?
Well, I have other videos of them dangling. There's like a dangling effect where they're actually like hovering over the moon, and that could only be caused by the wires that would be holding them up.
Well, all three of those videos you sent me are the same one so far. You've just sent me the same video.
Hold on one second. I just noticed that too. So, I'm gonna send you the real video, or the next video. Give me 1 second. Sorry, guys.
That's all right. I'm just looking at it, and even someone in the chat said that it even could be an antenna, and I'm not 100% sure. I don't know the specifications of the EV suit, but that could be an antenna. It looks like there's some kind of base at where the light was coming out from. Right, let's get this one up.
Yeah, that's where the wire. It looks like an antenna, but it's wire.
Okay.
But do you understand why I asked the question that I did?
Yeah, because there could be other possibilities for what we're seeing. I mean, it could be, from your perspective, it could be just the old footage.
The rocket equation. It's a beautiful thing.
How ironic that that's the advert.
No astronaut.
But yeah, so before you make a positive claim about something in a piece of your evidence...
Yeah, all right. Let's just see what his evidence is with this video. We can just talk us through it, Hippie.
Yep.
Talk us through what we're seeing.
Okay, like their genesis are hanging on something is holding them up. Like on this, the guy down.
One second. You seem to be cutting in and out. Could you quickly refresh your browser? Sorry, yeah.
Am I okay?
No, it keeps cutting in and out. Just quickly refresh your browser. You'll just come straight back in. Or just exit and come back in on the same link. It just it was you were cutting in and out, and I couldn't really hear what you were saying.
Okay, I'll come back in.
All right. Oh, so just wait for Hippie to come back in so we can hear him properly. Otherwise, it's not really fair for him.
And, well, although there was a comment from his other half in the chat, I've never heard of. Well, how do you think radio transmissions and radio communication works? You're required to have some kind of antenna for that.
Hippie, you there?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. So I'll go back to the beginning of this video, and do you just want to talk us through? Tell me where to pause it if you think there's a particular point you can make in the video. All right. Let's talk about specific parts. Okay.
Okay. It's just strictly how they're hanging and how they move. They're attached to something. Something's manipulating the way they're moving.
So you don't think this is how you would act in 16% Earth's gravity?
No. Can you keep playing the video, please?
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Play. So what are we looking at?
So astronaut's going to walk away, and then one of them's going to fall over. And the guy goes to pick him up, and for like a second or two, he's like hovering. Watch. Right? Oh, what? It like glitched out. But
okay,
it's okay. There's still more.
Play Lee.
Yeah, when he goes over to pick him up, he like hovers.
And
Actually,
again, you don't think that's anything to do with the fact that it's 16% of Earth's gravity?
Nope. They're hanging on wires, dude.
I mean, I don't see any wires. If there was wires, I would see some wires, and I don't see any wires.
Yeah, they've been see, like, look at that. Look at that, man. Come on.
Yeah, to me that looks exactly. I mean, I've not been in 1/16 Earth gravity, but I imagine with the weight of their suits, the center of gravity, and them not being used to walking in 1/6 gravity, that it would be pretty awkward and unsteady for them. Yeah, you don't think he's just trying like let's have a look at that again, right? They're talking about the guy in the front, yeah. Right, let's look at what he does. He picks that up, and then he stumbles. And then he's trying to regain his balance as he's going off to the right of the screen. That's all that was. And it would be the same as, like, picture yourself in a swimming pool trying to do what he's doing and keeping your balance at the bottom, right? And you're wearing something heavy whilst you're doing it. If you trip and stumble, that inertia is going to take you further because there's less kind of, stability that you've got. So that was just him stumbling. I mean, again, if there was wires, then you need to show me evidence of wires. I haven't seen any wires. I've seen what now I'm pretty sure is definitely an antenna. I mean, let's face it, they had radio equipment, right? They're going to need an antenna.
Well, they could have edited the wires out, man. I mean, in
1969, no, they didn't have the technology to fake this in 1969. And that's been confirmed by, movie producers and everything. So this was definitely not faked in some kind of studio because it would have cost more to...
Look at that.
Yeah, it just looks to me... Right, let's look again. Right, tell me what you think's happening. Tell me which bit exactly you think is proof that it's fake here.
They're falling over, and then they're like hanging. They're hanging there.
Let's play that
in midair.
Let's actually play that at quarter speed.
Right there.
Yeah. Okay. One sec. All right. So let's play that back at quarter speed and see. At quarter speed, you should be able to tell that they're being held by a wire, right? So.
Yeah, somebody off camera is like pulling on a wire, and they're not able to adjust. to the tension.
I mean, is there any evidence of that? Because I haven't seen any yet.
Well, just look at the dangling effect that they're having. It's a dangle effect. It's not like
I don't see any
it's not
dangling.
1/6 gravity.
I see someone struggling to
it's gonna
maintain
happen
their
here.
center of gravity in an environment they're not used to, whilst wearing a bunch of extremely heavy and cumbersome equipment.
Well, it gives you the appearance that they're wearing extremely heavy equipment because the suits
Right,
are so large.
I'm gonna ask you a very direct question. Do you have any evidence that they're on wires? Because to me, that just looks like they're in less gravity than
got
normal.
pulled up.
He stood
He just got
up.
pulled up.
Right, the equipment in front of him,
stand up.
he was leaning on that equipment for a start, and he kind of pushed himself up, and then stood up. Let's go back to normal speed. Right, do you have
Still going, yeah.
yeah? Do you have any evidence that there's wires, like a wire, or
Look at this
the
guy.
appearance of an operator?
Look at that guy. He's hanging from a wire, dude.
Oh, again, I
How
think.
Launches
how
for
does that
space
not?
with their fingers crossed.
Listen to
That's
this a
not
sec.
how we deal with risk. Study every system on a spaceship and then boil
This
it
is important.
down to what I call a one-pager. When the clock hits 0, you've got to be able to solve your problems in one breath. Crushed into your chair, you're like
It's
a
the best
leaf in a
advert on
hurricane,
YouTube.
16 times the speed of sound. As you accelerate harder and harder, the light blue Florida sky starts to get darker and darker, and then suddenly black. And the engines shut off, and you're weightless. The reason I wanted
Right,
to do
stop
this
now, Chris. Shush. All right. Yeah. Thanks for that, Chris. So yeah, the both of those videos just show me someone in an environment that they're not used to, that looks to me like it could be weightless. I definitely don't see any evidence of strings or harnesses or anything like that. That there's nothing pulling on their suits to show that there's a string attached to it. There's no evidence of fakery in the video because this was filmed at probably something like 420p, probably 10 frames a second. All right, and you're going to really notice a difference, like if there's been editing and stuff. And again, 1969 to 70, where it was when they finished the Apollo missions, they literally didn't have the technology to fake that in a movie studio. It would have cost more to do that than actually send people to the moon. So have you got any actual evidence?
That's the dumbest argument I've ever heard in my life, dude.
You want to explain why?
What is your argument? You said, dude, you said it's easier to go to the moon than fake a moon landing.
No, I didn't say easier. I said it would have cost more to fake it to that standard in a movie studio at the time than to actually send people to the moon. Not that it would have been easier, because no, it wasn't fucking easy to go to the moon. It was really hard and dangerous.
Who says this? And who says this? You?
Just do some research into what movie producers have said about actually if it could have been faked or not back then. There is no way that the movie technology was good enough to fake that back then.
No, I mean you saw the footage. It's garbage. They're using wires. It's
okay,
really crappy footage.
There wasn't any evidence of wires. Grant, I mean, you keep saying there's wires. Show me evidence of wires. Like, okay, I'm gonna put it back on. One sec.
Just don't get it, man. I don't get it. I don't get how you guys don't think it looks fishy.
Because
It's horrible.
it doesn't look fishy to me at all.
It's horrible, man.
On a spaceship.
Oh,
the
look
worst.
at the advert again,
Down
man.
to what I call a one-pager.
Shush.
We'll
Okay.
agree on that point that yeah, it looks horrible. It looks like old footage.
Mhm.
However, you came in with the claim that you had evidence that they were faked. You have evidence of specifically them using a wire harness. We would love to see this evidence and also how you came to that conclusion while ruling out other possibilities.
Well, Well, there's plenty of videos that show them wearing harnesses and training for that kind of environment.
Yeah, but,
And
I mean, I
it
imagine
shows
you
that
would for training. Sorry, I
It
didn't
shows
mean
that
to
there's it shows when they use these harnesses that there's a dangling effect, and you can see it in these videos. I mean, in the for time purposes, we should just move on. But
Wait. I want to get to the point where you said this guy was pulling him up, and I want to make my point here because let's go back a little bit more and play it from there. So if he's being pulled up by wires at this point, the guy on the right, oh, sorry, not far enough. So the guy walking back to him now, right, he's apparently being pulled up by wires. Please tell me where the wires are attached on his suit. Right? Where are they attached? Because if there's wires attached to his suit that are pulling him up, we're going to see that happen. So
there's other videos.
No, I'm talking about this video. Grant, I'm talking about this video and your evidence that you've given me. So please show me on that picture of that guy on the right. Please tell me where the wires are attached. At what point on that astronaut's body are the wires attached?
Probably from the backpack, from the top of the backpack. There's probably numerous wires. There's probably a few different wires from different angles, to create different kinds of for them. I mean,
I like
just like the setup that they have now. There's always more than like one wire. It's probably like 3 or 4 wires.
Okay, so tell me one point specifically on the suit that a wire is attached to, and we'll watch that point.
Probably the top of his backpack.
No, not on the backpack. On the suit. He's going to have some.
Probably around the waist.
Sorry, Jared. What was that?
The pack is part of the EV suit. So,
okay, right. That served my purpose then. Yeah, you're right. So, all right, you're saying there's a wire at the top of the backpack, right? So we should see the top of the backpack get jerked about before kind of he lifts up. So let's have a look at the top of the backpack and see. Whoa! No, I didn't see any kind of jerking about on the top of the backpack there. Maybe there's something around his legs. Let's have a look at his legs. If any of the material crumples or no. No, it didn't crumple or pull up or anything. No. I'm sorry. There's no wires, because if there was wires, you would on the backpack for a start. You would have seen it being tugged about, and that didn't happen. So
there's plenty of footage of them showing pings, what they call pings. It's where the light reflects off the wires. This footage has been cropped to where you can't see the pings. But I'm sure if anybody goes and tries to look for it, they can find that footage where it shows the pings. There was actually a documentary made about it.
Define what you mean by pings, please.
It's where the light. It's from that first video where I showed you. It's where the light reflects off the wire and it glares into the camera, so you can see the light reflecting off the wire. And they call that a ping. There's a website. There's a website people can go to.
Have you got any of that? You said you had evidence for me. So can you give me any of this evidence? I can give you evidence it hasn't been faked. There's actually a lot of evidence that the moon landings weren't faked. But I want just for once, because like I said, I've been in so many debates now, and not in a single one of them have I been presented with some positive evidence of what the person is saying. That was not positive evidence. That just looked like people in low gravity. So how about you give me some actual evidence that the moon landings or anything that NASA have done has ever been faked?
Okay. I have this other video that I'm going to send you. It is okay. It is it's Apollo 11 astronauts supposedly 130,000 miles away from Earth, taking a picture of the Earth, but they're actually they're faking the shot. They're using transparents to put in front of the window to give it the curve, to give the Earth the curved look. It's totally bunk, dude. And if you actually if you can play the sound, you can actually like they're talking about it. They're talking about how to fake the image. And they're supposedly 130,000 miles away from the moon, but
staging part of their mission for nearly an hour
Sorry, one
in
sec.
living color.
Oh, this man, do know that like this entire video has been debunked over and over, right? You're literally just treading old water here.
who is this? Well, then you go ahead and debunk it. Just let it play. Let it play. Let the evidence speak
she's
for
wrong.
itself.
Basically, she's wrong. It's not that. They
How
are
is she
just
wrong?
taking it through a circular window. And what they're
Look at
talking
the
about
other-
is
With
completely...
exceptionally clear behind-the-scenes audio of conversations discussing the techniques used to achieve a disingenuous picture depicting the Earth at a distance in order to falsely demonstrate their far journey from it and their ability to survive passing through the Van Allen radiation belts. I is picked up on by the clandestine third party who quickly prompts turned out
I
the
know which
lights
bit you're on
and
about.
have blocked out
Yeah, it's
sunlight
round
from
here.
entering the spacecraft through the other windows, as to not cause any reflected light to fall onto the spacecraft's
let
wall
it play.
in the foreground.
Okay, very good. Well, we
Well,
shut out the sun.
I'm not going to let an 8-minute video play. I'll get to the pertinent shots.
It's looking through a
Right, so let's look at what you're saying there. Aldrin, we shut out the sun coming in some of the other windows into the spacecrafts. That's all the inside walls do not show. Yeah, of course they covered other windows because they wanted to get the best picture of Earth that they can. Do you know what camera was used for this?
I'm thinking the Hasselblad.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know what size lens? Come on, you're the one saying that this is all fake, so you should have all the details.
Well, if you let the video play, they'll explain.
Well, I'm not just going to let an entire 8-minute video play. We're going to look at the bits that this video is taken out of context, like that paragraph there. That specific paragraph that Aldrin said, we shut the sun coming in some of the other windows into the spacecraft so that the inside walls do not show. Yes, they bloody did. Because they wanted to get a fucking photograph of the Earth from space for the first time. Of the entire Earth. It's the entire planet. You realise that, right?
In this footage, they talk about faking the shot. The astronauts are sitting there talking about actually faking the shot. Yes. They're using transparents over the window. They're using curved cutouts over the window to help get the best shot that they can.
Wait, okay. So let's look. So they are using a curved cutout to make Earth look like that when that shows the entirety of Earth. But let's actually look at let's look at the proper. Let's look at the actual image that they got. Bear with me 1 second. I will get up the actual image. Blue Marble 1972.
Why won't you play the video?
Well, because I'm not just playing someone else's video because I will get copyright striked. We can talk about specifics in the video, but I want to show you something right now. Yep, I've got that one there. So let's look at
Truth hurts, man. Truth hurts.
No, the not knowing facts hurts. I mean, it must be painful to be as ignorant as you are.
This is their own footage. They talk about faking the shot.
Oh, I need to uncrop that. As I just pointed out, the words are taken totally out of context. If you pick apart someone's words, it's easy to make anyone sound like a liar.
So I have a question for you, Hip Hop Hippie. I am a professional photographer. I am setting up reflectors to maximize the light on the subject I am photographing. Am I faking the image, or am I setting it up the most optimum situation for the shot I'm looking for?
Well, you're adding stuff. I mean, guess you're setting it up for what you want. Yeah.
But does that mean that the image that I am taking is fake?
No. No, it doesn't. But in this case, they're using a cutout over the window to make it look like the Earth is round, when really they're just flying in the sky. That's all they're doing. They're just looking out a window. But they're using a cardboard cutout over the window to make it look like they're out in space, but they're really not. And
let's look at this. Let's look at this picture.
Halfway to the moon.
Right, look at this picture, which is the actual picture that they took with the Hasselblad camera. Though I believe the 80mm lens might have been 100mm. But one thing that's important about this is the difference between the left side and the right side. Can you tell me what the difference is between the left side of that image and the right side of that image?
Well, it pops out ever so slightly.
More on the right?
Yes.
And why is that?
It's because they're trying to make it seem like it's an oblate spheroid. Duh. They're just,
so wait. So your evidence is, well, they faked it to look like it. That's why it looks like it. No, that's weak source. Bring something else. That is an entire picture. Right. Okay. Let's also look at the cloud patterns, which quite clearly wrap around there and kind of curve as they go around the side. That wouldn't that wouldn't happen with just putting a cutout over it.
That's not the same image that they're trying to take here, dude.
Yeah, like, that is the 1972 Blue Marble.
No, they use this image for actual documentaries on the video. They're using that. Why would they film it if they're gonna take a picture of it? They're gonna film it because they're trying to use video for something.
This is the 1972 Blue Marble taken by Gene. Is it Kernan or Cernan, Jared?
Think Kernan.
Yeah, I don't want to get his name wrong. I apologize about it. Yeah, it was taken by Gene Kernan with a Hasselblad camera. Right, so
the footage is Apollo 11, dude. You're talking about some other supposed mission. The video is Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins. They are the ones with the actual video camera.
And
it's not Dean, whoever.
All right, so sorry if I'm talking about the wrong mission. I thought that video was referring to Apollo 17, but if it's referring to Apollo 11, let's put it back on and talk a bit more about some of the specifics that is said in it. And that's what I want to do, is talk about specifics that are said in it, because they're important. All right.
They even lie about putting the camera up against the window when you can clearly see something gets in between the window and the camera, and it blocks the Earth. And that's why would they lie about that?
Let me just clean that one sec. Okay, all right, let's have a look. Is there anywhere in particular you want me to go in this video? Because I don't want to just play the entire
30,000
video.
miles out, or halfway to the moon, as the
Right, let's listen to what she says here.
For the worldwide television audience, dated July 18th, 1969.
Right, okay, so
Neil
it was Apollo
Armstrong
11.
condemns himself as he states that he is 130,000 miles out, or halfway to the moon, as the NASA flight log also states on this date, when he is in reality in low Earth orbit of a few hundred miles.
Roger, Houston, Apollo 11. Calling in from about 130,000 miles out.
Here, during another segment, all...
Wait, so where's the evidence there that he's not calling from 130,000 miles out?
Well, you got to keep playing the video, dude.
I mean, is your evidence literally the entire video? Like, this isn't how debates work. We don't just watch an entire video.
To the viewers how the shot is attained by putting the camera's lens to the window's glass, as it would have to be if they were the claimed distance away from the Earth.
We only have one window that has a view of the Earth, and it's filled up with the TV camera.
If the window was completely filled up with a TV camera, as he stated, then an astronaut's arm would not be able to get between the camera and the window,
Wait,
as it obviously does
can we
here in
rewind
this
that
outtake.
for a second?
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Look at that. What is that? What is that? What was that in front of the Earth?
What was what in front of the Earth?
You didn't see that? That big old black blob?
Let's rewind it and actually listen to the data recorder and then what she says, and then continue from there. Let's pay
as it would
attention
have
to
to
that.
be if they were the claimed distance away from the Earth.
Right, go
Another
back a bit. Right.
segment, also intended to air after review, Neil Armstrong falsely explains to the viewers how the shot is attained by putting the camera's lens to the window's glass, as it would have to be if they were the claimed distance away from the Earth.
We only have one window that has a view of the Earth, and it's filled up with a TV camera.
If the window was completely filled up with a TV camera, as he stated, then an astronaut's arm would not be able to get between the camera and the window, as it obviously does here in this outtake.
South America becomes invisible just beyond the...
Okay, right, yeah, okay. So let's go over the words that she said. The entire window is filled up with the camera. Did the astronaut say it's touching the camera's touching the window? Was that the words that were used, or was it that the entire window was filled up with the camera? Which one of those was used?
You said the TV camera's pressed up against the window.
No. The words he said were the entire window is taken up by the TV camera. He didn't say pressed up against. What words were used? The words are important here. He didn't say it's pressed up against the TV camera. The window. He said the entire window is being taken up by the TV camera. That in no way indicates that he couldn't slip a little bit of his hand or glove or whatever in front of the lens. Weak sauce, man. Bring something better.
Dude, it was like the whole Earth got blocked out by an obstruction.
And if you accidentally put a tiny bit of your thumbnail over the lens of your camera phone when you're taking an image, it looks like half the world's disappeared. Of course it fucking looks like that. Dude. Again, there was space. There was space. No, we're going to talk about the specifics of what was just said, because she totally misrepresented what the astronaut said. The astronaut's words were, the entire window is taken up by the TV camera. Not, the TV camera is pressed up against the window. There was space in between the window and the camera for something to get in. Next.
Okay, why would you do that if you're trying to take a picture of the Earth? Why wouldn't you put the camera up against the window?
Maybe for focus, maybe because they didn't want to break the camera if there was any sudden movements.
Well, no, see what they're doing is they're
maybe the
faking
lens
shot.
moved in and out. No, they're not. No. What you're doing there is you're making an assumption you're making an assumption that they're faking the shot with no evidence to actually back that up.
I'm showing you the evidence.
No, I've just debunked your evidence. I've literally just debunked that, right?
Finish the video. The reason why he's sitting far away from the window is because when they turn off the lights, it makes it look like they're halfway to the moon.
No, because they are halfway to the moon.
Space.
You're just making assumptions. Right, okay, you got any actual evidence? Because I could literally I could literally just play. Was it Greater Sapiens done a video covering this entire thing?
No,
I think
even there's an even better video out there. There are two versions of it by the YouTuber named GemPanda 2012.
Yes,
he has a multiple hour long version where he goes through all of the independent amateur evidence that supports the Apollo moon missions, and he just recently, within the last week, released a far shorter version with just the highlights.
Okay, well, I recommend people go check out AULIS online.com. There's PhDs, MDs, scholars. This whole website is dedicated to debunking the Apollo missions, and now they're getting onto debunking space flight, Mars, anything that has to do with space. They are debunking it. Again, it's AULIS online.com.
Okay, well, but you came into this saying that you had new evidence that the moon landings were faked. Like,
Oh, dude, I got pictures of them using models for models with tracks going around the models to get those landing shots. I have pictures of towers that actually like use to hang astronauts and mock-up lunar modules. What else do I have? I have I have backgrounds, same backgrounds that are being used. I can show you that. I could show you many things. What do you want?
evidence that the moon landings were fake.
Which one
No, you choose, dude. You give me some evidence instead of a video which has been debunked many times over.
Okay, well, here's evidence of. Here's some pictures of them. Here's some pictures of them with the moon models and the camera tracks.
Okay, let's have a look at them.
I'll send them over. Okay. Okay. Here's one. Getting some more for you.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Yep, I am serious. Because they're fucking liars.
I mean, this is your... wow. Okay, right, let me get this one up for the people to see. I mean, I'm going to ask you, before I put up the first picture you sent me, have you yourself researched where this came from?
Yes, it came from Bill Casing. He wrote a book on this, and he's the one who gathered all these pictures.
No. Originally, where it came from, like the actual source, not the conspiracy theorist who picked it up. Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is actually a picture of? I don't want you to embarrass yourself here. Is the thing.
No.
So if I show this picture to people, I want you to be able to tell everybody what is happening in this picture, okay? Because this is your evidence that you're giving me. So if I show this to everybody, it's your job to explain to everybody what this picture is. Ready? What is this picture?
It's a guy standing in front of a giant-ass model of the moon. And then he's standing on what appears to be tracks for a camera. And then, in the back, there's another model of the moon. I don't know. It's pretty self-explanatory, dude.
Okay. No. Here's a better question.
No.
Yeah. All you have is an
What are they
image
doing
with... We don't know.
Okay.
Full stop. Just by looking at this image,
Translate this page.
no conclusions can be made about what is being done for what reasons or anything. So, Craig, better question to have asked before showing this would have been this. Hip Hop Hippie, all of this evidence that you have ready to go and that you have already shown, what independent verification have you done on it?
This is NASA. These are NASA footage and NASA pictures. This is your side's material.
What independent verification have you performed on your evidence that you are providing tonight?
Isn't this the genetic fallacy?
No,
No.
that's what you're using. Right?
No,
Okay,
no,
Jared,
no,
Jared,
I've
I've
never
got
No.
I've got this.
Let me explain it, Craig. Let me explain it to him very simply. Hip Hop Hippie, what I am asking you is for you to explain your process for why you are accepting this image and the videos you have provided thus far as evidence for your position. I am not attacking it. I am asking as the moderator for you to explain what you have done to certify this evidence as being in support of your position.
Well, it supports my position because they're using models of moons. They're making moon models, and then they have a camera track wrapping around it so they can get moon landing shots or orbiting shots.
Right. Okay.
And
right.
what supporting evidence along with the image alone do you have to support the claim you just made that that was the intent and purpose?
Right, Jared, it's cool.
Well,
I've got this. I've got this now. All right. Hip Hop Hippie. Do you know where this picture was taken? Is the question I was trying to get to you. What the name of the facility was, what the bit of machinery was, why those models are there, what the purpose of them was. Any of that at all? Or is it just, here's a picture of a guy some kind of model of the moon? Because I can tell you what that is and what its purpose was. But I've got to ask you a question first, right? Say you were going to go somewhere that you've never been before, and it might be dangerous, all right? Would it not be a good idea to be able to train in an environment that is as close to what you would be going to as possible, in the best way that you could simulate what you were going to back in 1969? Do you not think that this might be what they're doing, that they're maybe training astronauts?
Well, that's logical. That's logical to do. But is it also, can I ask you a question? Is it also logical to build up mock-ups, models, to fake something like that? You would,
if you're going to fake it, you have to build models. Yes, but do you see what that guy's doing? Do you see the picture now? That's the same.
Yeah.
That's the same place that you were just showing me, right? But that is where's my notes? Okay, so this picture was taken December 5th, 1961. It's a man at the controls of a module gazes at the lunar surface from close up. Is it an astronaut approaching the moon nearly 8 years ago? No. It's a pilot testing Project Lola, a massive network of hand-painted mosaics and tracked cameras that trained astronauts for the lunar landing. 54 years ago, we tested Project Lola, the lunar orbit and landing approach simulator at the Langley Research Center in Virginia. The pilot perched on a gantry peeking out of a cockpit at a closed-circuit TV system that tracked along detailed lunar mosaics in response to their commands. That's all it is, dude. It's just a training. So you've just shown me, what you've just shown me is evidence that they trained to go to the moon. Well done.
Or they're faking it. Like,
where's the evidence that they're faking it?
You can look at. That's the evidence right there. They're building mock-ups. They just tell you, yeah, we're doing simulations to go to the moon. Like, because if they're going to lie to you about it, they're going to tell you, yeah, they've been doing simulations that they're going to the moon. Like,
so right, let me get this straight. Your evidence that they faked the moon landings is they trained for the moon landings.
No, I got more evidence, dude. I got.
No. I'm not finished. I'm not finished with this one. This was your evidence. I want you to explain to me in any way, shape, or form how this shows that they faked the moon landings, or is it a possibility that they had to train to go to the moon? Just maybe.
Okay.
They had to train. And as the budget for NASA at that time was, I think I did make note. I think it's about 4% of the budget was for NASA, whereas nowadays it's like 0.4. So that, in modern day money, they were getting like 400 billion a day rather than 53 billion a day back then. They had a lot more money to do the things that they wanted to do. So they can spend some of that money on making these mock-up trainings, which were the best that they could do at the time. And that's why in the picture that you gave me, this one, that's why this dude's got those calipers. And he is making sure that the details on the models that they've made are the same as the images of the satellite, the picture he's obviously got in his hand. So
they better be real. If they better look alike if you're going to fake it. And if you're going to train,
oh my god! So
if
again,
your
evidence
to go
is
to the moon. You would also, if you train to go to the moon, you would also have to train to fake the moon. Like, you're not just going to walk out there with no training to fake the moon landing. Like, you're gonna practice. You're going to train to make it look like you're in 1/6 gravity, and you're gonna make it seem like you're actually on the moon. You have to train for that shit.
All right, I'm going to ask you again. Have you got any evidence that the moon landing was faked?
Oh, dude.
You haven't given me any yet.
Yes. Look here. Take that one image I sent you. The last image I sent you.
All right, let me get up the next one. Man, I'm enjoying this. The last image that they sent me.
And while you are pulling that up, Craig, I am going to reiterate a question that I said before we went on air. Hip Hop Hippie, is any of the evidence you have to present tonight only explainable by your position?
No. Well, honestly, yeah, it is. It is only explainable to my position because space. You can't even go to space. So how
I can show you I can show you images, actual videos that were recorded by someone I know that show you can go to space.
Who? Red's Rhetoric?
Yeah, or
showing
Astronomy
gas
Live.
Expanding. That's all you're.
Yeah, which shows
all
that
you're
there's a
doing is
vacuum,
showing
which
gas
is what
expanding.
space is. Yeah, which shows that there's a vacuum, which is what space is. But we're not talking about that. You're trying to show me evidence that the moon landings weren't real.
Gas expands out of the rocket in the atmosphere anyway. So it's not proof of anything, dude. It's just proof of a rocket going up into the sky.
But the fact that the gas expanded more and more with height is the point there. But no, you're getting off point. We're not going to go off topic because you're wrong about that as well. But explain to me, right, again, this is your evidence. So what are we looking at?
Well, they're using multiple backdrops for
What do you mean multiple
different
backdrops?
images. Well, they're using the same backdrop for multiple images. Sorry.
You don't think that maybe they took multiple photos at different points in time?
No, it's the same. It's the same mountain range, dude. They're using it for different. They're using it for different photos.
Yeah, because they were driving around that general area in a rover on the moon.
No, one picture has the lunar lander. The other picture doesn't. It's the same, and it's like the same distance.
Do you not think that the rover could have been in front of the lunar module when it took that photo?
No.
Do you know how far away those mountains are? Do you know about the fact that on the moon, all right, here's a tidbit for you. On the moon, you can see further than you would normally be able to on Earth because there is no atmosphere. So things in the distance that are far away, they actually kind of seem closer because it's so crisp and in focus, but it's actually further away than you would think. So the distances on these photos is actually not very much. There's maybe 20, 30 meters between where the rover took this picture and where the lander is. So the rover's gone in front of that lander and taken the pictures. How about, actually, where is it? I'm going to get up the Chinese actually imaged the landing site. I'm going to get you the details of that to show. Sorry, I'm just getting my notes. Right, there's the site.
Hope everybody's having a good night.
Oh man, I lost the website I was looking at on these earlier. Here we go. Right, yeah. So, let me get this on. Add input, web browser URL. Right, now if we look at this. Oh, no, change will you? There we go. Okay, so now if we go down to this bit here, it shows the Apollo 15 sites. Let's see, bring up the photo. Let's see if we can zoom in on that. No, it won't let me zoom in. Right. Well, anyway, the top picture is the picture taken when they were on the moon, right? And the bottom one is what they gathered with like radar data and stuff from their orbiters. It's got no textures, no details and stuff, but what you can see is that they match completely, showing that the landing site is an actual real place on the moon that was confirmed to exist exactly as they said by the Chinese.
They're lying too.
Oh, of course they're lying. Any evidence that they're lying, and why they would want to help their? I mean, all right. Oh my God. Right. Let me ask this question. Do you honestly think that all the countries are colluding together rather than being, China and America are basically enemies? The problems with trade deals. They've historically always had like tensions with nuclear and whatever. Do you think that during all of this, if China had a chance to say, no, America lied and didn't go to the moon, they would have done that rather than confirming what they said?
No, because that's all propaganda, dude. Like, it's to make you think that they're all against each other when they're not.
Right.
They all work together, man.
Okay, nice assumptions.
Yes,
there. Any evidence
there
of
is
that?
evidence that they all. Yeah, there's evidence that they all work together because they all share a buoyancy lab. They all share a buoyancy lab. All of them have mock-ups of the space station. There's like four different space stations. There's a Japanese version. There's a Russian version.
Japanese,
there's a Chinese
Sorry. Actually, this is the Japanese. I've just been corrected. This is the Japanese, not the Chinese. I do apologize. Yeah. So this is the Japanese, not the Chinese.
Yeah, they all share. They all dive together, dude. They all share swimming pools.
That
have mock-ups.
It's called the International Space Station, right? So there is areas of science where certain parts of the countries will work together because it's mutually beneficial. But you can in no way say that America and China are best of buddies and friendly to each other, and they never really have been.
Okay.
Your evidence here is countries collude together and they're all lying. When I show you evidence that they're not lying from a different country, your answer to that is just, well, they're lying. I'm going to ask you again.
Yeah,
maybe this is the 7th or 8th time I've asked. Do you have any evidence that the moon landings were faked?
Yes, I have other evidence, and I also
you haven't shown me any yet. All right, go ahead with your question.
How come out of all the live footage of all the astronauts on the moon, hopping around, doing the things, there's not one piece of footage of them looking at the Earth from the moon? There's not one piece of footage. Wouldn't you, if you were on the moon and you had a video camera and you were watching your friend hop around, wouldn't you look up at the Earth and be like, wow,
yeah,
look at the Earth, that's crazy.
There is plenty of images of the Earth.
There's images, there's never footage. Why wouldn't you videotape that?
Are you saying there is not any...
no
wait. Are you saying there is no footage at all of the Earth from the moon?
Nope. There's no footage.
So if I go and search right now, then
yeah, go search.
Okay, let me have a look. I'm sure
just for shit.
Right,
Just for shits and kicks, Craig, open up a brand new window and share the entire thing so he can see the entire process.
Okay, one sec.
Don't you think that's weird, though? How they never looked at the Earth?
They weren't filmed all the time that they were on camera. So I imagine they did look at the Earth. But
why wouldn't you film that, though? Why wouldn't you actually, film it?
Because we know what Earth... I mean, your evidence...
For posterity.
Your evidence here is they didn't do something, therefore it's faked. Footage of the Earth from the moon. So let's see what we get. An advert for cat food. I don't even know what this is. I've just clicked on it. Earthrise from the moon. See what this actually is. I don't know if this is real or not. I don't think that is. Just a video animation yet. Let's have a look. Oh, I mean, there's all of this. Oh, this is the Japanese orbiter that we were just talking about.
The
saline.
The saline lunar orbiter?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have footage of that. I was going to give you footage of that because that looks CGI as fuck.
Looks CGI as fuck.
Yeah, you just look at it. It looks stupid. It's so fake looking. It's like, come on. But yeah, there's no footage of them on the moon looking up at Earth.
Oh, well, okay,
That's
so
weird.
you want... no, so you actually want footage of them looking at the moon? Looking at the
Yeah.
Earth? No, I doubt
Yes.
there is any footage of them looking at... I mean, there's
Why?
plenty of footage of Earth
Why
from the
wouldn't you
moon.
do that?
Why would they? Why does it
wouldn't you do
matter?
Because you're on the moon and you're looking at the Earth. Like, you're like, oh, damn, we're actually on the moon. Look at the Earth.
Saline. Yeah, see, there's plenty of like images, videos of the Earth from the moon.
That'd be one of the most watched pieces of footage in history.
Oh, I didn't even share the bloody screen. I'm sorry. I've just searched and found about 5. I'll just go quickly show that they were all there. Like all these videos of seeing Earth from the moon.
No.
There's plenty of them.
No, you're not playing.
So right. So yeah, there is videos of the moon from the Earth, but maybe there's not any videos of astronauts looking at the Earth. I don't think that was what they were there to do, scientific inquiry, and they had limited time and resources to do it. So your evidence again here is they haven't got any videos of them looking at Earth. Hip hop.
Why wouldn't they do that?
I'm gonna ask you again. Do you have any evidence that they didn't go to the moon?
Well, yeah. I've given you... What have
You
I
haven't given me
I've
any.
given you evidence this whole show.
You haven't
Yes,
given
I
me
have.
any
You just denied it.
evidence.
You've given
No,
me a
I've
hand-waved dismissal. It's
I've
all
explained why it's all wrong.
Okay. Well, do you want to go to other NASA fakery, I guess?
Yeah,
Since you're
anything,
gonna just deny
any
the
evidence that you like that could actually, categorically say that we didn't go to the moon. Or, I mean, I could show you some evidence that we have gone to the moon, and you could try and refute that. But
All right. Here's this. I'm sending you this video. Go to 10 hours and 24 minutes.
oh wait, you're actually you want me to show stuff from the saline orbiter, which shows the Earth. Oh my god. Hip, this isn't your best move, dude.
It shows fake. It's fake. It's like a CGI rendering.
Are you just gonna
It's like
assert that
a
it's
video.
fake?
It's like a fake video.
Right, bear with me. I'll get this video
Well,
up for
how do you
everybody.
prove it's real? How do you prove that's real?
I'm not the one that has to prove anything here.
Yeah, you are. You're saying that's real.
I
How
can
is
say that
real?
it's real because I can match that image with data of the moon. That wait, why is that not letting me bring up that video?
Let's be clear here, as was stated at the beginning of the show, Hippie. You said that you had positive evidence for your claims. The question has repeatedly been asked to you, do you have evidence that can only be explained by your position?
Yes. Okay. I have. All right. There's multiple.
Let me just
We
do
can go over this all night.
Okay. How far into this video did you want me to go?
10 hours and 24 minutes.
Okay, go back 30 seconds.
Just play it. Just play it right there. Now you're going to see the Earth supposedly come up over the horizon.
Beautiful.
And dude, the moon just looks super fake.
The moon looks super fake.
Look at that. That looks totally different from the previous image.
Why do you
Look,
think
out,
that
look
might?
at the difference.
Why do you think that might be? Any idea?
I don't know. What's your explanation?
Night and day side of the moon.
Oh, okay.
This is lovely. Thanks for this. This is actually quite therapeutic. Watch it.
Look at that. Now watch. The Earth's gonna pop up.
Beautiful.
Look at that. That is super fake looking, dude. Come on, man. You believe that?
Uh-huh.
You believe that?
It looks lovely.
Wow. I'm sorry.
So
I'm
do you
sorry,
have
man.
do you have evidence that it's not what they say it is? Because
Yeah,
I could
you have evidence? What's your
uh,
evidence that they went to the moon?
what's my evidence that they went to the moon? Oh God, there's loads.
Yeah.
Where do you want to start? Well, the saline orbiter mapping data is one that I've already shown you. How about the fact that we can actually see the astronauts' footprints on the moon? What about that one?
From where?
From one of NASA's lunar reconnaissance orbiters, which has been in orbit around the moon since 2009, and it's actually captured images of NASA astronauts' footprints and tracks from on the moon from the landing site. Here we go.
So that's your proof right there.
It's evidence that verifies what we're saying. So here we go. Actual footprint tracks that match the data and the photos and everything that they had at the time. So there's that. I mean, are you just going to go, well, that's fake?
Yeah, it's fake. It's just pictures.
Any evidence?
That's all it is.
You've just shown me pictures and videos so far.
Show me evidence that that's real.
That it matches with all the data.
Think that those are real.
Yeah, well,
What data?
the area that it's in actually matches with all the photos and everything from when they landed. So,
Are you telling me
which
that
has
they
all been
can't-
verified, which again has all been verified by the saline orbiter, that these places do exist. And this is actually one that I really like. So glass spirals are produced in two ways, when volcanoes go boom and by high-speed meteorite impacts that melt rock. So they need time to cool and crystallize. In the gravity of Earth, it's easily kind of removed and breaks down from any volcano-produced glass or anything. But in space, you don't have that kind of external stuff. So as it says, in space, glass spheroids survive nearly pristine, and we found them in both meteorites that have fallen to Earth and in the moon rocks returned from Apollo missions, proving the Apollo crew were indeed in space. Now, granted, this isn't evidence that they were in the moon, that they went to the moon, but what it is evidence of is that they had rocks that were the same as those that have come from space, i.e. meteorite impacts. So have you any other explanation as to how we could have material that can pretty much only form in 0G?
Well, I can't verify any of this stuff, so I don't know.
So that's your answer. You can't verify it.
Yeah.
All the science. I can give you all the links. This is actually a fantastic website that literally debunks all of the nonsense about moon landing denial. So, can you think of any other way that you can get stuff that can only be formed in zero gravity?
Like what? What are you talking about? Like
These?
dude,
Right, okay.
they're not even.
Is that
not
too
even
far above
going-
you? It's
No,
evidence.
it's
Right,
not.
okay. Right.
That's not evidence. That's
Where was
just
there was another
pictures. That's
good
all it is.
thing on here.
I also
Right, okay.
have
Anyway,
another
so
video.
right, yeah, all right. Let's go back to your evidence. So there's some right, what I've just given you there was positive evidence that we have gone to the moon. Right, that's how it's done. So can you now provide me with some positive evidence that we didn't go to the moon? Like an actual photo of the astronauts in the movie studio that they faked it in, or an actual image of strings on an astronaut, or anything.
There's plenty of footage of that stuff. People just have to go look for it. Here's another video of a man who built a vacuum chamber, and he's discussing how...
I swear to God, if you send me an Action Labs video...
No. This is not an Action Labs video. But go to 3 minutes and... let me see here. Sorry. 3 minutes. 3 minutes even. He's talking about how the spacesuits would puff up in the vacuum, and they wouldn't be able to hold anything, control the cameras to take pictures.
Okay, before we play, can you tell me the composition of the spacesuits, please?
No, I can't.
Why not?
Because they're just suits. I would assume they're pretty much just.
Do you know how many layers they were made of? Do you know what kind of insulating material they had? Do you know what kind of pressure was on the inside? Any of that?
No.
Right, okay, well this argument's pretty pointless then, isn't it, really?
Well, can you just play the video? And
goodness me. Is all of your evidence, here's a video, here's from YouTube, here's another video from YouTube.
This has been out a while, and
yeah, and they've all been, that's my point, they've all been debunked.
No, it hasn't. It hasn't been debunked, because if it's been debunked, it wouldn't be around anymore. We would all.
You know, videos stay on the internet, right?
Huh? Unless it's YouTube, because they're the ones censoring flat Earth, and moon landings.
And here you are.
And every other conspiracy. Huh?
Yeah, exactly.
And yet here you are.
Hell yeah, I am.
Man, this has been a slaughter so far for you. It's been
a
real bad showing.
No. They are so good at censoring these topics that here we are talking about one of those topics.
No, for some reason they seem to give you guys the advantage. Like every time you type in flat Earth, the Google or YouTube search engine, it brings up a bunch of debunked satire videos. It doesn't bring up people that have been in this shit forever.
Here's a reason, because we make good videos full of interesting content rather than just the same thing that's been said 1,000 times by other flat earthers. Yeah, okay, let me get that full screen on here.
It doesn't matter. It should be even. Like I typed in
that's not how an algorithm works. See, if Nathan Oakley made some decent videos that people wanted to watch, then he would be found more in the search algorithm when people typed his name. However, when you type Nathan Oakley, you find Team Skeptic, me, Simon Dan, and Conspiracy Cats. That's what you find, because we make better videos. That's why that's why. That's how the algorithm works. Videos that are better and liked more get more views because the algorithm promotes them more. If Nathan Oakley made something that people want to watch, then he'd get more views. Right.
That brings up another thing.
Go ahead. Okay,
please.
we're at 3 minutes. Where you wanted. Is that 3 minutes? Let's take it back to 3 minutes. All right. Play.
To prove the point, he's designed a space glove machine, which is supposed to replicate the effects of space on the body.
In the near vacuum of space, the gases within his body would immediately expand.
What I do is I pull a vacuum in this chamber I created, and I have a glove inserted inside of it. And it was to prove that the flexibility they shown in their suits and gloves are impossible. Right now, I can put my hand in there and I can move it every which way. I can grasp, I make a fist, I can lift up, down. But as soon as I throw this switch here, I evacuate the chamber.
As the air is sucked out of the machine, the vacuum makes the glove increasingly difficult to flex.
And this glove doesn't want to move. I can't bend it backwards. I can hardly force it down, and I can make a fist, but you can't hold it.
I've got one question for you, Hip Hop Hibby. Do you not think that they might design a suit that doesn't expand in a vacuum? Do you not think that they might have gone through... Wait. Do you not think they might have gone through hundreds, if not thousands, of designs and tests in vacuum chambers? Do you not think that they would have taken into account the fact that if they were to wear what appeared to be a rubber gardening glove, it might expand in the vacuum of space? And maybe they made some kind of material that had some kind of, I don't know, honeycomb type structure that wouldn't expand in the vacuum. Do you think that might be a possibility?
Well, you think you got a demonstration you can show me?
A demonstration of their suits working in a vacuum. Yeah, sure. I'll just show you a video of the moon landing.
No, I'm talking about them testing the suits in a vacuum.
Okay, so because I don't at hand have a video of them testing a suit in a vacuum means that it was fake.
Well, I can wait.
That's not the question that I asked you. I asked you if it's a possibility that they maybe designed a material that they thought about these things and took them into account. Because what that guy was wearing looked like some kind of gardening glove. A big rubber gardening glove. And I can tell you now, that's not what they fucking used in space. So can you show me a video... Okay. No, wait. I'm going to ask you a very good question. Can you show me a video of a spacesuit glove being put in a vacuum chamber and expanding? Because if not, I'm going to ignore this argument.
No. Can you show me...
you can.
Can you show me an astronaut testing out their suit in a vacuum chamber? Can you show me that?
I mean, I'm going to see what there is. Oh, wow. There's like 1,000 videos, dude. Do I have to embarrass you? I could just play one of any of these videos about testing suits in space.
We'll see it.
Okay, I'm going to try and get one for you. I'm just seeing what this is. Okay, right.
Love you, baby.
I love you too, man. I mean, I thought we were going to keep that kind of shit quiet, but, you know, if you want to out it on air now, that's cool.
Oh, dude.
Right. Now, right, let's get this up.
You come to work, you go home, you clean house.
Right, so where are we? This is actually them talking about the manufacturer of the spacesuits and what they're made of. Let me get to the bit I was just looking at with the glove. There we go.
Astronaut too.
Well, I hope that part don't fail because I'd feel it was my fault if it did.
My sentiment, just what Hazel said. Well, I was just wondering if my pair of gloves was what he had on.
If you make a mistake, if you don't admit it, you have to think about the astronaut too.
So like maybe lots of different components, different layers.
Blood or something like that. Well, if you don't admit that,
layers of
that
what?
would be on your conscience.
Material.
Tinfoil?
And then, look at them. There's more layers. Does that look like something that's going to blow up in the vacuum?
I mean, one of them going down.
Does that look like something that would inflate in a vacuum?
It looks cool. It looks like a moon glove. Like if I was going to make a moon glove, it looks like something I would make. But,
does that look anything remotely like what the guy was using in that video?
No, because it's...
So does that video prove anything?
It proves that... Well, it proves that these things aren't going in a vacuum.
It proves that you can't wear a rubber gardening glove in a vacuum, yeah.
Well, let's see this guy get in a vacuum. Is he going to get in a vacuum?
I don't know if he actually got in a vacuum in this video. Alright, let me...
yeah, why not?
That was just...
For point of clarity, the foil-looking material. That was Mylar. That was a wonderful insulator.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
are you guys going to show me the suit
Yeah,
working in a vacuum? Or...
Here we go. Right, yeah, I was just making sure I got the right video. Here we go. Do I have to embarrass you like this in public, man? I feel a bit mean, to be honest. Like, at this point, it is like kicking a bag of kittens.
That's one small step for man.
Yes.
Oh hell no, dude!
You're in the suit.
Come on, man.
Here we go. Wait. Here's what you asked for.
As far as mobility, you have almost 180 degrees of rotational mobility.
And if the suit seems cumbersome now, keep in mind that it's dealing with Earth's gravity. 300-pound spacesuits are designed to work best in a weightless environment.
And of course, if you're in 0G, it's a lot easier. You don't have to fight the G-force like I am, where you have the whole suit laying on your shoulders.
He doesn't seem to be all puffed up, does he?
ILC Dover says they've never had a suit fail on mission.
Vacuum.
And a testing done at their lab is part of the reason why.
Was that
Keep
not
in mind,
what he walked into?
As far as mobility, you have...
It's on ILC Dover.
Okay, that one's not in a vacuum.
A lot of humidity in the suit. Well, this helps relieve all that by this these cooling
wait,
tubes that against close to the skin.
And getting the entire suit on requires a bit of help.
Wait, I'm looking for one in a vacuum because I know I've actually seen one before.
Oh man.
Perfect. And here's one that I'm pretty sure most people have seen. Where is he? Sorry, computer slowed down there. Control C, Control V.
Yeah, and how do you protect against like micrometeorites and stuff?
No changing the subject right now.
Alive with just my spacesuit for protection.
Have Sergeant Johnson and Sergeant Jacobs in there with you today, and so two of our finest, and you got a good chance to meet those guys.
I am going to mute this because it's BBC or something, so I'll get copyright strike. But he's in a vacuum. He doesn't appear to be all puffy or anything. Let's just watch when they actually turn it on. Oh my, this is just too easy, man. You ask me for something and I can just like show you it and you're just going to go, yeah, well that was fake. Now, he's in a vacuum. He doesn't seem to be all puffing up.
He's got...
Like that glove does, because that's a nice neoprene plastic glove like the dude was using in that vacuum chamber, but his suit doesn't appear to be puffing up at all. I mean, if his gloves did, then the rest of his suit would, right?
Okay.
And look, you can see the water boy then. So he's definitely in a vacuum. And he actually lifted up his hand for a second there. And you could see that it wasn't all puffed up.
Well, how come they got him like strapped down? Why wouldn't they let him like walk around?
Because
get some air.
No, get some air. He's in a vacuum. Don't be ridiculous.
I'm talking shit, man. Come on.
I mean, he showed his hands quite a few times there. So yeah. Hip hop hippie. Do you have any evidence the moon landings were fake?
I've showed you, man. Do you have any evidence? What's your evidence that they went, dude? What is your evidence that they went?
Retroreflectors left on the moon. Thousands of independent verifications from radio ham operators all around the world that were able to triangulate the signals from the moon. The data recovered, the evidence brought back, the fact that we had to actually ask foreign countries to help us with transmitting data for certain stuff. I mean, the fact we went there, the fact that that there is images of the landing sites from other countries. What more do you want? We brought back rocks that can only exist in space. So there's evidence that we've at least been to space. There was one. Yeah, there was one that was a bit of petrified wood or something, but that wasn't actually from, I don't think, the American government. And all that proves is that people are dicks. But the actual moon rocks on display, like the one that you can see the glass spheres in, that are only possible to exist in a zero-G environment.
Okay. Well, whatever. I mean, you guys can believe it. You guys are gonna believe it.
Well, we believe it because there's
Hopefully
evidence.
Well, I just showed you evidence that it was fake, but you guys just
Except
believe
I've refuted every bit of evidence. Just saying it looks fake to me isn't evidence it was fake. All it shows is that you don't know what it really looks like if you were in 1/6 Earth's gravity. And you know what? Neither do I, because I've never been there. But that doesn't mean I'm going to look at that and instantly go, well, it looks like they were on wires. Because there's no evidence that there's wires. There's no...
You can't...
No. Like, looking objectively, looking at those videos that you gave me, there is no evidence of wires. There is no evidence of harnesses. There is no evidence of fakery. It just looked like people in a lower gravitational environment.
There's many videos. Jeranism has a lot of videos of them using harnesses, them walking.
That's interesting.
Them walking on walls with harnesses. I mean, there's plenty of evidence out there that shows that they use harnesses. Well, you look at them as though they were training to go to the moon. Yeah. I look at them as though they were training to fake it. So it's 4
That's the weakest. That is the weakest argument I have ever heard.
Okay, I will repeat this question again, and hopefully this time it sinks in. Hip Hop Hippie, do you have any evidence to provide that can only be explained by your claim?
But see, no. I guess not. But you guys still have to prove they went. Because
I've given you plenty of evidence. I've given you evidence that they went.
It can be explained both ways.
I've shown you footsteps. I've shown you footsteps. I've shown you verifications from 2 different nations. In fact, 3, because Russia as well. So I've shown you evidence. So you can't say I haven't shown you positive evidence, because that's exactly what I've done. I've shown you positive evidence that we went to the moon. Yet you haven't shown me any positive evidence that we didn't go to the moon.
No, you show me stuff that suggests that they went to the moon. But you can't prove that. You just take it at face value. You have to believe that they went to the moon. I believed it. You know what? Honestly, when I was in high school, and we would watch all the documentaries from the History Channel about the moon landings, dude, it always looked fucking fake. You didn't think for 1 second, like, man, that looks kind of cheesy. I don't know. That could be fake.
Yeah, of course I did.
You never once have thought that.
Of course I did. Then I studied physics.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
And because because I studied physics, I know how things react, like with inertia and stuff. I understand these things are possible in zero-G, in lower gravitational environments. So yeah, there's nothing now that I can look at and go, that could be fake, because it all fucking makes sense when you actually understand physics.
Okay, all right. Well, let's go to the ISS. Have you seen the women using hairspray to make their hair look like it's in zero-G gravity?
Oh my god, yeah, and it just looks like their hair's floating.
We'll play that video.
Right, yeah, cool. Because I've got some questions about that video.
All right,
right, Jared, you got something to say?
I actually have a question about that video as well. Is it hairspray or is it dry shampoo?
I don't fucking know, dude. Maybe it's
you made
it
the
could
claim.
Be dry shampoo.
You made the claim. You made the claim.
It could be glue, for all I know.
you're making another assertion without verifying and excluding potential alternate explanations.
Right, let's get to the hair.
Well, do these women say, like, oh, the shampoo dried, my hair's sticking up because of the shampoo? Do they say that? No, they don't say that.
Right. Let's go back to this woman, right, who's doing somersaults. Oh, I'm not actually showing the screen, sorry. Silly Craig. Producing and debating at the same time can be difficult, I apologize.
The ISS going on. These are scenes from the movie called Life. It's about the ISS.
Right, you shush.
And
look
you
at
can
that.
see how
Got some wires.
Yeah, that's because that's from a movie.
All right, look at this hairspray.
No. All right, this
Look at her hair.
woman on the left, right? Don't look at her
Yeah,
hair.
look at her hair.
Don't look at her hair. Look at her shirt, and explain to me why the shirt is behaving in the manner that it is.
It's because it's tucked in. She's
no, like look at the shirt as she goes up. No, wait, listen. As she goes up, stop. As she goes up and down and bobs, the shirt shows that it's kind of floating away from her. Now, yeah, you can hold your hair up with that, but there's no reason why the shirt is going to be all puffy and floaty like this and all blowy like that. Let's go to...
Yeah, she's hanging upside down.
All right, well, that is actually a movie, so we're just going to ignore that.
Yeah, just keep it on the hair. Look at that hair. Look at that. Look at that goofy hair.
Yeah, also look at the shirt all bunched up and just kind of floating randomly, and look at the bottom of her shorts, which are kind of floating up randomly. Oh, and look at the collar, which is just kind of floating around randomly. Oh, and she just went from the side, from upside down to the side, and her hair's still in the same orientation. It's almost like there's no gravitational vector or anything.
Well, they're using CGI, bro.
Right. So when it's not hairspray, it's now CGI.
No, her hair. No, the background could be CGI. She could be hanging on wires. You know,
could be, but there's no evidence of wires.
What do you think that movie was showing? They showed you how they move around and replicate.
Yeah, but it also showed wires. I don't see any wires here.
Well, you don't see wires in the movie Gravity.
I don't see anything where there could be wires. And here's the kicker. There's been like hours-long live streams from the ISS in real time where they're answering questions from the audience whilst doing all of this in real time. Can you explain that?
Yeah, I've seen those.
How does that work? That's not CGI. You don't see any wires and harnesses then. Yet they are definitely floating around. So
how do you know? And you don't know that's live. They
were answering questions from the audience live. So yes, it was live.
I don't think they.
Look at her collar. Look at the collar on her shirt bouncing up and down. Why is it doing that?
She's hanging upside down. They show you another lady who actually.
Look at her shirt. Look at the woman's shirt, all billowed up for no apparent reason.
Upside down. She's hanging upside down.
She's floating away, and she changes her orientation. She's not hanging upside down. She changes her orientation here many times.
So I have a question for you.
Wires.
I have a question for both of you.
Yeah, go, Jared.
The claim was made that, well, they're just hanging upside down. What happens to the human body when you are suspended upside down for more than 20 seconds?
Your face goes bright red.
Turn bright red.
Almost like I imagine hip-hop hippies must be right now with how embarrassed he must be.
Yeah, right, dude. Dude, there's footage of them turning bright red. They look all funny. They're like, like they're hanging in a precarious position. Like that they shouldn't be. So like the blood is rushing to their head.
Except, as I said, there is hours-long videos of them hanging around in space in all different orientations that are live, where they don't look like that. So sorry, everything.
Just like all technology, is going to advance. So not only does like regular technology advance, but CGI technology advances. They could totally be faking that in real time.
No.
Have you seen that picture? Have you seen that one picture where they're wheeling George Bush Sr. into the command center, and in the background, you have a guy standing in front of, you have an astronaut standing in front of a chroma key screen, holding up a green ball. And then there's people that take that image and they corroborate it with footage, and it looks like it's the same scene where the guy is like, he's holding like a ball of water. He's like holding his hand under a ball of water. That's what the green ball is. It's the ball of water. It's just fakery, dude.
Except
why is he standing in front of the
except there isn't any fakery when they do these things live, because they were talking to them live. They were flipping in all kind of directions. They were flipping the pad and everything around. There was no wires. It was all done.
They're not answering questions.
They are though.
They're not.
It was actually done live. Have you got any evidence it wasn't live? Because my evidence is they were answering live questions from the audience.
When they do longer, when they're actually like going around, floating around.
I'm talking about the specific video when the guy did a tour of the ISS that was over an hour long, and it was a live stream.
He was not answering any questions from anybody on the ground.
You got any evidence of that?
He was just giving a tour. Yeah, we can play that video.
I don't think that specific one. But there's plenty of them being like. My point is that if you do a parabolic flight, the vomit comet, like you get 30 seconds out of that kind of at the most, I think. And there's so many videos of them being like that for so much longer, and live streams that show that it's not been faked. And your evidence of it might be faked is pretty weak.
No, they can fake it. They can fake it.
So because they can fake it, therefore it's faked, then please tell me how they faked the moon landing in 1969.
Well, with crappy special effects, as we can see. Like, we can tell that the way the procedures that they did it with back then, it was primitive. But now it's more advanced. They can use, they can hide strings, they can add objects real time. They can add objects.
There wasn't any strings in the footage that we looked at from the moon landings. There wasn't any strings in that.
There was. You said it wasn't. You said it was an antenna.
Yeah,
that's what you said it was.
Yeah, and it actually was. I looked at that's actually the antenna that they use for their radio equipment. They kind of need an antenna, for radio. So yeah, that wasn't a string.
Can you show me a suit, an Apollo suit that has an antenna that's not on the moon?
Wait, that's a bit of a
built into the suit.
You want me to show you one that's not on the moon with an antenna on?
Yep.
Why? What would that? Why would that
so
prove? Why would that? Wait. Why would that prove what they were wearing on the moon?
Because that's their suit. It should have an antenna. Why wouldn't it have an antenna?
Well, exactly. Why wouldn't it have an antenna?
Exactly.
Okay. Oh, wow, look at that. It is getting a bit embarrassing now.
We'll go ahead and share with the rest of the class.
Okay, let me just get it set up.
And you could go back to the harnesses in the ISS if you want, also. Because they show harnesses.
No. Repeat after me.
Man.
I was wrong.
What is that? Is that from the moon? What's that from?
It's in the NASA spacesuit with an antenna on.
That looks like from like the Wax Museum or something.
In fact, that is actually the Apollo 11 suit.
Who is that?
I'm not sure exactly who that is, but that is an image from NASA.
That can't be Neil Armstrong, because Neil Armstrong only took one picture.
You didn't know that's not on the moon. You asked to see a moon landing suit not on the moon, And that is a
Okay,
moon
so
landing.
that
That is the Apollo 11 suit. What is that big ass thing sticking out the back of the backpack?
That's an antenna.
Well, there you go then. Repeat after me. I was wrong.
I was wrong.
Way! There we go.
But that antenna is short. In the video I showed, it takes up like the whole top portion of the frame.
You don't think that maybe the antennas are retractable?
Or maybe that's where the wire is hanging out of?
Off of the antenna. Brilliant. Please
Off
make
of
sure
main
that
places,
you don't ever do any manual labor around me.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Dude,
go back to...
I just want to say welcome to the globe, because after this, there's no way that you can deny the moon landing or the flat Earth. Welcome to the globe.
What are you talking about, dude? They look like they're hanging on wires, dude. I'm sorry if you can't see it. It's not my fault.
If you want more of the high quality images, Greg, if you want more of the high quality images, check your Discord DMs.
Okay.
One of the viewers has sent a bunch of links and an entire database to us.
There's a
from ScifeDK.
Yep. I'm just seeing what if I can prove a point with any of them. I'll tell you what. I'll just go through these images and show you that it's all backing up the things that we've said.
Man, you were getting owned tonight, bro.
Wow. Denial is strong. Also, again, you can see antenna at the top of his spacesuit.
It's a fucking movie set right there, dude. Where are they at? Are they on a movie set right there?
Or a training location?
Well, Fight the Flat Earth asked for these guys to be in a studio, and that looks like a studio. What is he holding on to? What is that?
Okay.
Why is he propped up there? It's because he can't walk, because he needs wires to help him move.
He's just leaning against something, dude. What you're even on about? I mean, you're reaching so hard right now. It's
he's on a movie set, dude.
Or they're training
to fake the world.
Training to fake, yeah, brilliant. Both again showing antennas at the top. So I mean, all right.
Like I said, that's a small antenna. Like
I think
I showed you.
I think we need to ask you again. Do you have any evidence that we didn't go to the moon?
Do you have any evidence that they did go to the moon?
Yes, I've shown you plenty.
No, you haven't.
My God, like,
right.
You must be going through stages of grief right now, and you must be in denial as one of them. I know shattering your worldview is a hard thing to have done. And I know that coming to the realization that you've been wrong about the flat Earth and the moon landings must be difficult on you. But I'm here for you, dude. Honestly, don't worry. We will help you through this. Welcome back to sanity.
Oh, please, dude. If
you're welcome.
Oh, there's another thing I want to bring up. It's not moon landing related, but it's flat Earth related.
Okay.
If that's okay. So you've been going around all your debates saying Bob Nodal has proved that the Earth spins. Where is his experiment? Where is the experiment that he talks about proving the Earth spins? Where is that gyroscope showing the drift? All he's doing is sitting in front of a camera saying, yeah, we detected 15-degree drift. That's all he does. There's no evidence. This is him saying that they detected drift. Where's the experiment?
We can't hear you, Craig.
I think you're muted.
Oh,
that still can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
Hello.
There we go.
Fuck's sake, sorry. I destroyed my mic, and the button's kind of jammed, and I keep actually accidentally pressing it. Right, so, what was I saying? I can't remember what I was...
Where is his evidence?
Right, okay, right.
Where is his evidence? All it is.
Well,
is
I've got a video. I've got a video of him actually physically using that gyroscope. I don't have the video of him doing that experiment. You'd have to ask Bob for that. But right now I have to ask you the question. Are you also claiming that not only are globe earthers liars, but flat earthers are also liars?
Well, yeah, until you show me the evidence. I mean, fuck. Show me the evidence, man. You've seen Jerry Maguire, right?
You'd have to ask Bob.
Show me the money.
Bob's the one that said this. I mean, I think we should remind ourselves of Bob's words, don't you? I think it's important that we hear the words that Bob said. So,
yeah, let's hear him talk about it.
At one rotation every 24 hours. That means that every hour it has to turn 15 degrees. And if the gyroscope is mounted anywhere on Earth, it's going to drift. In today's 21st century navigation systems, they're using what's called a ring laser gyroscope. It is extremely precise. If we could simply get one of these ring laser gyroscopes, we would be able to prove once and for all that there is no rotation to the Earth.
Right, I need to pause it there because I've got to ask you a question. If that gyroscope, when they turned it on, had registered no drift, what do you think he would have said?
I don't know.
Do you think he would have gone, well, there's proof that the Earth didn't rotate? And you would have also gone, there's proof the Earth didn't rotate. Just wanted to point that out.
No.
One of the people in the
I know the Earth doesn't rotate because...
But here's evidence that it does.
What we found is when we...
What evidence? There's no evidence.
This guy, the evidence is this guy and the words that he said. And unless you're calling him a liar, then that's your prerogative. But remember, he represents your side.
Well, he doesn't represent me. He's just talking about the gyroscope.
Have no sphere. Bob gets paid by the same people Craig does. Jared, do you pay this have no sphere as well?
No. No, not at all. But here's something to keep hip hop hippie. Here's something to keep in mind. You have cited Jeranism as one of your sources for information and one of you for people to go to get this information. Who co-hosts Globebusters with Jeranism?
Bob.
So you only half accept what they have to say?
Well, I go off evidence. No, I don't go off what people say. I go off, like, empirical evidence.
Okay, so here's what Bob was captured saying later in that film. At the conference in Raleigh, we want to have proof there's no curvature, and if we can do that, it's game over. But the rotation is not looking good at this point. We don't want to blow this, you know? But we got $20,000 in this frickin' gyro. But yeah, if we dumped what we have found right now, it would be bad.
What's the next thing he said? What's the next thing he said?
So what I just told you is confidential.
whilst being mic'd up and having two cameras pointed at him.
I mean, Bob believes there's gravity, so I mean, I don't know. Like,
well, there obviously is gravity. I mean, there's no other explanation for certain things. There's one simple thing that proves gravity, and that is the fact that you can measure a different gravitational constant at different places on Earth. That cannot be explained by anything other than a force, which is proportional to masses.
Well, that's what people say. So
that's what physics says.
I don't believe it. Well, that's okay, but I've never seen that experimented on. I've never seen a demonstration, so it's nothing to me.
Hip hop. Did I hear you correctly say that you don't go off of what other people say? You go off of just the evidence.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You said that before, right? Okay.
No,
So
no.
back to a question that I brought up earlier in the show. What verification did you do to fact check all of the evidence that you have provided tonight?
It's just common sense, dude.
So if the
You see
answer
them-
is none, do the honest thing and say none.
I'm going by my observation. Like, I'm seeing these guys dangle when they shouldn't be dangling. Like, they're dangling in midair.
Or
shouldn't be doing that.
they're in 1/6 gravity.
No, they're not in 1/6 gravity.
Any
dude.
evidence that they're not in 1/6 gravity?
Any evidence that they are, dude? Like,
Yes, the way they're acting.
You have no evidence.
The fact that well, apart from all those videos that we've just watched, are evidence that they were, because none of them show evidence of fakery in every way, in any way at all. Plus all the other evidence I've shown you, you know, the retroreflectors left on the moon. I mean, for God's sakes, radio operators can communicate with the ISS if they want to, proving that that's fucking up there, because you can triangulate those like the distances. There's so many
wait.
Hip Hop Hippie, you said to me that you were going to come to this debate with something new, some new evidence that the moon landings were faked. You showed me videos that have been debunked years ago from people that were on the scene before I even uploaded my first video. Where's this new evidence? They have though.
They've been debunked.
Just
Doesn't mean they've been
literally
debunked.
just go to Jem Panda's channel and it's all been debunked there.
Well, I'm not debating Jim Panda. I'm debating you.
About stuff that's already been debunked, and everything you've shown me today, I've debunked. Yeah, I've shown you evidence. I've shown you evidence that we went to space. No, you haven't shown me anything. You've shown me assumptions that don't back up anything that you've said and have too many illogical inconsistencies to actually follow any of what you have been saying. Whereas I've shown you solid facts that demonstrate that we not only went to space, but to the moon. Verified by so many different people, and I'm not going to accept they're all lying as an answer.
Okay. Well, again, I recommend people go to this website. It's called AULIS online.com. Check it out.
Sure,
a lot of experts, a lot of PhDs have taken time out of their lives to write papers about this and publish papers with their findings. And they totally annihilate the fucking moon landings with images, with videos. These are all NASA images. These are all NASA photos.
And they all back up.
They use math. There's math. There's everything you guys could ever want on that website that debunks NASA and Apollo.
Why didn't you bring any of that evidence today?
Well, because I'm not trying to read off. I'm not trying to read off anything. I'm trying to, because last time I read documents, I got bitched at from all your followers. They were like, "Oh, he's reading a script."
You were literally reading Eric the Bay's manifesto, dude.
Well,
right?
Do I have to?
Yeah, but you didn't even
Bob,
understand the context of the government documents. If you want to ask Bob for his experiment, then please go ahead and do that. But we have evidence that he owns the gyroscope, and that goes towards him actually being able to do the experiment that he said he did. Now, the thing is, if he's got that gyroscope, why would he then lie and say that it picked up something that he didn't want it to? Why not just say, we haven't done the experiment? And if you say controlled opposition, then you're going to sound really silly.
No. People are misguided, and they want to believe certain things. They want to believe other experiments prove certain things, like the ether. He's an ether lover. I mean, what else can I say? He enjoys that stuff. He literally thinks that the stars and the ether is what's causing that drift. Well, that supposed drift, because we're just talking about it. We have no evidence of it.
No, I agree with you 100% that the ether doesn't exist. Michelson Morley and Airy showed that. It's cool. And if
we can
the
get into
ether
that.
isn't real, then the only other explanation for a bunch of things is gravity. To be honest, I think this conversation has reached its conclusion because you didn't bring any evidence and you didn't refute any of my evidence. Before I do super chats, I guess I'll give you 5 minutes to wrap up your thoughts if you like.
Can I ask one more question?
Yeah,
Can I
go
ask
on.
one more question? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I apologize.
Yeah, go on.
Why does NASA assume a flat Earth?
Brilliant. Right. Easy answer
a flat,
is
non-rotating.
Easy answer is because the Earth's massive, and for all intents and purposes, it is flat and stationary. In the same way that if you were driving from one side of the United States to the other, you would assume that the Earth is flat and stationary because for your purposes, that's what it seems like. It's the same when you're flying in an airplane. You would assume that you were flying over a flat non-rotating body because the atmosphere is moving with the ground. So the assumption of a flat and stationary body that they are flying over is because of the physics of the way that the Earth rotates and the atmosphere moves with it, means that is its relative point. So the atmosphere is stationary compared to the ground because they're moving together.
And
okay.
even more simple than that, hip hop hippie. I am familiar with the paper you're citing for your question. Do you mind reading the title and first paragraph or two of that paper for the audience?
I don't have it with me right now.
Right. Can I ask you one question about NASA? What shape did NASA say the Earth is?
They say it's bow shapes, obviously. They say it's flat and stationary, and then they go and tell you it's a globe. So I don't know.
No, they said for training, you will assume that you're flying over a flat and stationary, which is different to saying that the Earth is flat and stationary. So if you went and asked NASA right now, what shape would they say the Earth was?
Well, of course, they're going to tell you it's a globe.
Well, there we go then. That's all we need. If we're going to talk about NASA, that's the only thing we need to say, isn't it?
But their simulators are based on a non-rotating flat surface.
Did you not hear the past 5 minutes of me explaining that to you?
Well, why would you train on a non-rotating flat surface? Did you not
hear the word? Did you not hear what I said to you? I just explained the answer to you. Did you not listen?
Because it'd be more simple. It'd be more simple. That's what you're saying.
No, I'm saying because well, the maths is more simple, yes, but the reason that you would assume a flat and stationary non-rotating Earth is because that is the reference frame that you're talking about. From the reference frame of the plane or the car driving along the road, the Earth is flat and stationary and non-rotating. But that's because of how, they are in reference to each other. When assume does not mean that's what it is. That is for purposes of training, to make the maths easier, to make the simulating easier. But the Earth is not flat and non-rotating, as NASA will say. And let NASA, okay, they're smart enough to fool everyone to think that the moon landings are real, to get billions of dollars every day off the American government. But they're stupid enough to release a document proving the flat Earth. Yeah, those things don't add up. You know what I mean?
Well, things slip through the cracks, man.
Of course, things slip through the cracks and, just easily accessible to everybody when they're trying to hide the biggest lie in history to everybody. When the White House couldn't... Wait. The White House couldn't hide a blowjob.
That's all fucking propaganda, man. It's all fake.
A blowjob is propaganda.
It's all to make you think. What about the Manhattan Project then? They kept that secret for decades, and that was 100,000 plus people.
I mean, you would keep certain things.
Actually,
like it wasn't secret. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, the Manhattan Project 1 did not run for decades. 2, the other nations
Well,
that
the
we were
secret
at
was
war against at the time. And no, it was not a secret. It was a secret from the general public of the United States, but other countries' intelligence agencies knew that the program was going on. They didn't know how far along the program was, but they knew of its existence. So it was not as secret as you are claiming right now.
Well, did they tell their citizens that America is making a nuclear bomb? Did they say that to their citizens, or did they keep that secret from their citizens like they do the moon landing?
Were they
and
in the
space?
middle of a world war?
Yeah.
Well then,
Or
stop
was
asking
it?
stupid
Yeah, it
questions.
was. Okay.
Thank you. Right.
And, and back to the request that I made at the beginning. So, NASA reference publication 1207, dated 1988, derivation and definition of a linear aircraft model.
Yep.
And down into the beginning of it, the need for linear models of aircraft for the analysis of vehicle dynamics and control law design is well known. Oh, wait, what was that in there? Linear models of aircraft for the analysis of vehicle dynamics.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Analysis
most linear
of vehicle dynamics. See, what
Most-
you need to
most
realize
linear-
right now, Hip Hop Hippie, what you need to realize right now, Hip Hop Hippie, is my minor degree is in aeronautical engineering. I had to deal with these linear models on a regular basis. It massively simplifies the analysis of any airfoil at the beginning of the analysis stage. Because later on it says that these models are widely used not only for computer applications, but also for quick approximations and desk calculations, whereas the use of the models is well understood and well documented, their derivation is not. The reason why it's used is to analyze the vehicle dynamics of an aircraft that is a rigid aircraft of constant mass flying over a simplified frame of reference. That's all it is. That's all that paper is about, is explaining why and how the equations were derived.
And I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. And I agree that it is simpler to model on a flat, non-rotating Earth.
And that is not where the vehicle analysis of an aircraft ends.
Most linear models assume a flat, non-rotating Earth until you get up to extraordinary speeds that none of us will ever go, ever.
And yet, a linear model is not where the engineering analysis of an aircraft ends. It's where it begins. But then, as you get further along in your analysis, then you actually go to the more complicated analysis where you do start taking in the rotation of the Earth, the effects of the atmosphere, the changes in the mass of the aircraft as it is going through its flight profile.
Well, yeah,
it's almost like you
is
start.
complicated.
It's almost like you start with something exceptionally simple, but then when you actually start accounting for the variables such as fuel consumption of an aircraft during flight, you have to get into the more complex variables of what is actually going on if you want the craft to perform how you actually intend it to.
Yes, they're talking about crafts that go up to speeds of 3,000 miles an hour. Dude, bullets travel that fast. We don't.
Here's the
we
problem.
don't have crafts that travel that fucking fast. It's all fake.
The paper you are trying to quote from actually is applicable to all aircraft designs.
Well,
and I think that's
then why
where
you-
we
then why-
need to
wait,
end it.
That seems like a contradiction. Okay.
Um,
We can discuss that later.
All right. I'll give you a couple of minutes, Hip Hop Hippie. Just round up your thoughts and tell everyone how you're now a Glober.
Yeah, I will. Man, once you go flat, you never go back.
Oh wait.
I can't-
I've
actually, I'm not-
got a playlist of 4X flat earthers that I've interviewed, so that's wrong as well.
These guys are not flat earthers, dude. They're like trying to get in on the money or something. I don't know what they're trying to do.
Of course,
But-
of course.
But I do want to make this clear. I'm not really a flat earther. I'm a bumpy earther. I believe the earth is bumpy.
Oh my god.
So I'm just going to throw that out there. And this was a good talk. And honestly, I'm waiting for a Glober that can handle the hip hop hippie, because right now I'm undefeated, man.
Dude,
I'm undefeated. I'm like 50-0 right now.
If there was an actual referee, he would have called this so long ago. Like, I mean, I would probably get fined for excessive brutality in boxing if this was in the ring. You know, it really wasn't fair to you. You came completely unprepared with no actual evidence. Thanks anyway for.
I can pay. I can pay any car for $99.95.
Flat Earth confirmed. So, guys, thanks for watching. Jared, before I read Super Chats, you got any thoughts?
Pro tip, Hip Hop Hippie. When you are asked if you have evidence that can only be explained by your own claim, and the answer is no, there is no way in hell that you won.
Pro tip, dude, I'm undefeated, bro. I'm taking it to school on you guys right now, dude.
I don't think defeat means
I hope
what you
this
think
video
it means.
stays up forever, dude. So that
Oh,
when
trust
everybody
me, it's going to.
becomes a flat earther, they're gonna look back on this and be like, "Damn, Hip Hop Hippie was the fucking man."
I do want to give an apology. I do want to give an apology to Dandelion in the chat. I'm really sorry for bullying your guy so badly tonight.
And denial is not only a river in Egypt.
Right, so we got $2 from Rangerman9404, killing trolls, so he's committing suicide. $2 Canadian dollars from Brainy Breather. Come on, bruh. I watch YouTube. Flat Earth confirmed, bruh. $2 from Carl Browning. They could easily lift each other with one arm. I'm not sure what that was referring to. I can't remember what we were talking about.
That was when the astronauts were falling all over themselves in the videos that he provided. Yeah, because that's really easy to do in Earth's gravity.
Yeah, exactly. 10 BAM from Nenad Kubik. Ask him how he knows for a fact that this moonwalk cannot be caused by weak gravity force. He just said there's wires. £5 from Kickstart 1.3. Why does the room spin while I'm drunk? Checkmate, Globe Earthers. Oh, damn. I never thought about that. Shit. £2 more from Kickstart 1.3. Have a drink on me. You need it. Thank you. I'm going on holiday in a few days, and yeah, I will be having a few drinks. $2 from Ranger Man.
Have that shirt on?
Sorry?
Is that why you have that shirt on?
Yeah, actually, this is part of my holiday clothes that I went and bought yesterday.
Hell yeah.
Where are we? $2 from Rangerman9404. Hip Hop Hippies claims show a ding-a-ling effect. $1.99 from Robert Williams. Where are the tiny rocks and boulders on the model? $2 from Fohammer335. Prove we cannot go to space, Hip Hop Hippie. He couldn't do that. $1.99 from Robert Williams. How does dust stay in the air during a landing on our model? Magic. $5 from Leroy BB8. Ding, indeed. $6.66 from 0132132. Secret world peace is a requirement for many versions of this conspiracy theory, and all versions of the flat Earth conspiracy theory. Yeah, if your world of all countries getting along together was a real thing, I'd be quite happy. But unfortunately, most people hate every other person, and that's just human nature, I guess. $2 from Andrew Stoll. Happy Treason Day, you ungrateful colonists. Yep, happy. Well done on winning a war over tea or something. $20 Australian from Shicklinator. I'm loving this. Hip Hop Hippie getting absolutely shut down. So glad I can finally make it to one of these live. Keep it up, fight. Thank you very much. $2 from PhilHammer335. Give him the CGI test. Let's see if he beats Mr. 20%. I know, I didn't think that was fair. $2 from Leroy BB8. Beautiful video of the moon. And $2 more. I have proof you're wearing a fancy shirt today, Craig. Yes, I know. Thank you. $1.99 from Uhan Roderick. 660 live viewers. Good stuff, Greg. Thanks very much, guys. Yeah, really, the fact that you guys watch me is the reason I keep doing it. I love it. And I just want to keep making good content for you guys. $2 from Raven Zero. Rip and tear until it's done. All in caps. $4.99 from James Collins. I love your channel and don't know how you keep so calm. Fight the flat earth. I've had practice at this point. $5 from Harry SK. Hippie, without flat earth evidence, you're just a denialist. One who chooses to deny, reject empirical, verifiable facts to avoid an uncomfortable truth. $2 from Lady Skeptic. Thank you for popping your super chat, Cherry. You're a god. You got flatty to admit they're wrong. $3 from Lady Skeptic. Can you show your love back by giving me a wrench? I did give you a spanner, we call them in these parts. $2 more from Lady Skeptic. Pop my super chat, donating to where we stream. Thank you very much. $2 from Leroy BB8. Oh my. And $2 from Justin James Holman. Olist.com editor. Mary has psychic powers. Great. Oh, right. So the website that you've been referring us all to is from a lady who has psychic powers. That all seems totally legit. A couple more. $1.99 from Uhan Roderick. He needs to take himself back to school. $2.99 Australian dollars from Stephen York. Earth angle was too high, so no photos from surface. $5 from Creative Nothing. I guess all the dust had wires on it too, because you can clearly see in moon footage that dust falls slowly when it gets kicked up. Lots of tiny wires. And 5 more, bam, from Nenad Cubic. Bam, bam, bam. Conspiracy debunked. That's pretty much how it went tonight. Yeah. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you Hip Hop Hippie for coming on and getting spanked so thoroughly. That was great. Make sure you guys check out AT2 Productions for Jared. Jared, what you got coming up?
Oh, well, I am looking at doing a July 4th special on Friday for the regular Veterans Talk Weekly on AT2 Productions. And due to a recent move that I partook, I did have to take a little bit of time off from my AT2 Moto channel, but expect a new video this upcoming weekend on that channel as well.
Awesome. Yeah, make sure you guys subscribe to AT2 Productions and AT2 Moto. But for now, it's bedtime for me. I should have a new video out tomorrow, which is funnily enough about Bob. And then I've got a couple more videos that I'm making. But over the next, on Saturday morning, I leave for 10 days for holidays. So there won't be any live streams for a little bit. So I will make sure there's a couple of videos ready to go, and I'll try and be in people's premieres and stuff whilst I'm away having some family time, which is very, very much needed. So I'm not disappearing. I'm just taking a couple of weeks to recharge, and I'll make sure there is some content. I'll do a couple of mirrors of some worthy people in the community. But that's it from me tonight. Thank you again for watching, guys. It's been fun as ever, and remember, stupidity is not a right. Fight the flat earth. Fight the flat. 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 Fight the flat.